A few articles have been released saying that London is the world's largest urban forest. Time Out isn't what you would call one of the best places for journalism, but Time Out isn't alone in reporting this. The Evening Standard, a popular London newspaper, reports the same fact, stating that London is technically a forest according to the UN. But also, this is not a new bit of news. The Guardian reported the same in 2015, quoting the same exact UN definition. So, can a city of almost 9 million people, where cars and buses rule the roads, and where offices dominate the skyline, truly be classed as a forest? But then again, this is also London. According to the UN definition, land spanning more than 0.5 hectares, with trees higher than 5 meters and a canopy that covers more than 10% of it, is a forest. London is a city with 8 million trees, which cover around 21% of the capital's land area. For a city where air pollution costs the health service between 1.4 and 3.7 billion pounds per year, this might be a bit of a surprise. This factor might be why the current 21% might not be enough. The Greater London Authority appears to be committed to increasing the coverage by 10% by 2050. It's an interesting conflict to be considered, as while being able to be classed as a forest apparently, the capital of the UK is also being ranked in 2022 as the 18th most polluted city in the world. This might be the reason why the heavily argued ultra-low emission zone, known as ULEZ, has been pushed for by the current mayor Sadiq Khan to cover the entirety of central London by the end of 2023. This public health policy demonstrates that the pollution within the city is not going to be resolved by leaving it to nature alone. But this raises another question. Have the enormous amount of trees in London actually made an impact on the pollution within the city? Well, the short answer is yes. Trees and parks have become the lungs of the city, removing 2,241 tonnes of pollution each year. As well as this, they prevent nearly 3.5 million cubic meters of water from entering the drainage system, reducing flood risk and also acting as an important form of carbon capture, storing 2.4 million tonnes of carbon. To give a visualization, this is claimed to be the equivalent to the carbon produced from 26 billion vehicle miles by the London Tree Officers Association. Trees clearly have practical features, but also provide a welcome break from the built-up environment that London has become today. However, the title is a lie. While multiple articles seem to claim it is, London cannot be considered a forest. Like the clickbait article titles have said, London does meet the criteria for being a forest, but one sentence within the UN definition is clearly neglected. Within the criteria defined for somewhere to be a forest, it states this: it does not include land that is predominantly under agricultural or urban land use. You could argue that this makes this entire video pointless, but I think these articles, while clickbait, can help to raise the importance of the roles that trees play within the city. London should be celebrated for the amount of greenery it has. Trees are an important part of the city, and while not a forest, these articles do help to raise the awareness of the vast amount of greenery that London has to offer. So, to conclude, if you are going to take anything away from this video, please don't let it just be that these articles have clearly made a mistake. I know they should have read a couple of sentences extra, but I think the most important factor to remember is the important role that trees play, with not just being a visual feature, but also a practical one. Trees are truly an important part of a city. Thank you for watching. All sources are linked down below.